last couple of weeks. Cool's played Victor, Cassiopeia, Echo, as well as that Azir. Now the Varus on top of that. Uzi's got Caitlyn, Vayne, a couple of other ones thrown in there. I'm going to say Corki Sivir, Tristana. So he's also been mixing it up, so definitely agree on the diversity coming through for OMG.
Well, we'll see what changes here, if anything, as we are into draft for game number 2. OMG on the blue side this time around ban themselves Thresh and Hecarim as their first two, and Vici very understandably going to first ban away that Kalista and look for another ban now with about 5 seconds left to go.
Yeah, see whether they still take away the Echo that they banned the first game or whether they want to try for something different.
Is going to be the Nautilus though. I like that takeaway as well, as OMG going to consider their next ban here. They've got one left. What do they want to give away to Vici potentially? Blue side drafting always changes up a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly does. You know, it will be, wow, they take away Gragas, so they really respect World 6's Gragas. And, you know, always interesting to see whether Vici let Rise through. Ji-Young's proven that he can play it. Echo's still available. Alistar definitely available, which is a big pickup.
I wonder how OMG feel. I agree. I think Echo and Alistar are really good first picks. The Sivir makes me a bit nervous, I have to say, because it's not a bad first pick. I just don't think it's quite on the par of Alistar and Echo, but OMG do have some time to consider their options.
Yeah, I think Vici definitely showed the strength of Sivir last game, being able to rush your front line in. Doesn't really mean you have to play well with teleport, and that's what they go with.
Yep, they are going to take Sivir first pick, but Vici, what do they get here? And my real question was, who plays Echo on Vici? I can't think who it is off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that might give it back over to Cool.
Yeah, I don't know whether they do play Echo coming through here. World 6 definitely taking a look at it.
World 6 has played it. I think at least once. So I guess, yeah, twice coming in. So can play it. Vici, if they want to pick this, would be nice and strong, but they've got a bit more time to figure out if that's what they really want to do.
Yeah, I think actually Alistar, Maokai would be the picks that I would go for here because it's just two very strong takes in the meta. They have good knockups in. Ji-Young definitely looks at his best with Maokai, especially when they couple it with that Sivir. It is a 100% win ratio so far for OMG, and Vici going to challenge them to it.
Yeah, Alistar and Rek'Sai are going to be their picks, though. World 6 will get the other strong jungler with Gragas banned away, so I like that takeaway, but Alistar, always a strong pick. You know OMG were going to take it if you didn't.
Yeah, 100%. Alistar is just so good in the current meta. Mata plays it incredibly well, able to get around and do things he shouldn't necessarily been able to, and there's the pick.
Well. There's the Maokai for Ji-Young. Makes a lot of sense. But Loveling deciding that it is time for Evelynn.
Yeah, Evelynn going to come back in the meta. I want to see how he builds it. Warrior enchant into tank has been what some junglers like to go. Clear Love, big fan of the Trinity Force Evelynn coming through here.
Oh my god, the hovering rumble. What is this?
Oh,
it actually would be the counter pick in the Maokai. We'll see what happens. Going to give Vici a little bit more time here. But Loveling, I like the Evelynn. I like it with Sivir. I think it suits him. He's definitely an old school Evelynn player here as well. I like what OMG is starting with here in the draft. But Vici going to give Endless the Vayne. And the Dandy Rumble is finally upon us.
Yeah, so Dandy gets his famed Rumble that I'd never heard about. Apparently it is a show to watch all on its own. Endless goes with a pseudo counter pick to Sivir in the bottom lane. After one item comes through, we'll be able to dominate that. But Annie locked in for Amazing. That's huge.
Amazing didn't really think about that for very long, I feel like. He's just like, no, I'm picking Annie. I'm going to take it away. Does get it for himself. Needs the engaged champions, you have to say, as a support player, but is good on them. Echo is still open as well, by the way. That can go to Cool here in the mid lane. Also could take the Azir away from Atong. Cool does need to pick something here, and they're leaving the counter pick over to their mid laner, Vici. He thinks about Echo, but decides that Azir is a much better takeaway.
Yeah, so he goes with the Azir. I was smiling before that. Now a little bit sad, but we'll see how it works out there. Cool has played Azir. I think against UP, wasn't able to pick up a win with it, however, so we'll see whether it works a little bit better this game. Because it's such a strong pick. We talked about Hetong playing it, but I want to hear a little bit more about Dandy's Rumble.
So the story about Dandy's Rumble, apparently, he did play it at All-Stars, if I remember, and did quite well. Dandy always been known as a mechanically strong player, so it makes sense why, you know, he's actually found a reasonable transition to the top lane. But apparently we're on the same team together. Dandy always said that his Rumble was better than Acorn's.
Yeah.
That was the story. So I want to see it. Dandy's claimed he's better than one of the best Rumble players in the world. It is going to be Victor there for Hetong, but really all we want is the Dandy Rumble.
Yeah, so I think it was actually Wild Cards, because that's when, Masters, where the Samsung organization plays together. So they played Blues jungler up in there, which is of course Spirit, and they brought Dandy in as a top laner. Didn't play either of the top laners, and you know, Acorn was one of the picks they could have gone with. this other guy called Looper, he's also a good top laner, but Samsung as an organization chose to play Dandy as their top.
As the Rumble main.
As the Rumble main. And that was when Acorn was regarded by everyone as the best Rumble player in the world. And Danny was like, what are you guys talking about? He's not even the best Rumble player in the organization.
Well, we'll see what happens now, as that is the matchup. He gets the soft counter into Xiang's Maokai with the famous Dandy Rumble. But there's the jungle matchup now. Loveling actually against the Rek'Sai. A bit awkward as far as straight up matchups goes, but Loveling's Evelyn's exciting. Yeah,
it certainly is. World 6 should have a little bit more of an advantage. His Tremor Sense catches her out a little bit. Cool. Now picking away the Azir against Hetong's Victor. We'll see whether Victor can have the same success for Hetong as what his Azir has.
And Uzi on the Sivir this time. That gives Endless the pick that he wanted, which was this Vayne into it. We've seen that as sort of a soft counter there as well. And running things out, Engage City in the bottom lane. Amazing on the Annie because Mata stole the Alistar.
Yeah, so Mata able to get the big power pick down in the bottom lane for Vici. You have to feel that he has to make it work, because if they have any hope, they need to shut down Uzi early.
Well, let's see if they can put it all in the back of Dandy's Rumble as we get into game number 2. And we are onto the rift for game number 2, our last of the evening, and Dandy finally gracing us with his legendary Rumble against the Maokai of Xiang. This game, if game 1 wasn't exciting enough and as close as it was with OMG barely scraping out a victory, this game should be quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, it certainly should be, and we'll see what happens level 1. World 6 probably hesitant to show his breakdancing maneuvers this time around. Although amazing, with that stun charged up, they're looking for a repeat performance.
Yeah, they might be going through. They've got decent damage from the Boomerang Blade. If Xiang wants to skill W, he can go. They'll spot him up, but he wards. He knows what happened last time. Does not like it.
Wants nothing to do with
it.
it.
Loveling. Sneaky, sneaky.
They have eyes on Victor. They can potentially skirt around into the mid lane, but not really want to do that either.
It'd be so funny to me if World 6 just got first blooded twice before 2 minutes in 2 games, but not going to happen this time. Loveling doesn't quite sneak in there, but does at least buy enough space to get a ward on the red.
Yeah, I think that was Xiang's ward that they plonked over on the red buff, so they'll be able to have a good idea of where Rek'Sai wants to start. Rek'Sai, one of the few junglers that can start red buff and fly through the jungle at fairly good pace, and as we see, it's going to be the lane swap secured right now for Endless. He wants to dodge Uzi until he has a Blade of their own king.
And we've seen this from a lot of this matchup, I feel like, where you need to get to a point where you can duel before you get to that lane, but that's just fine for Uzi. We've seen a lot of fast pushes with Sivir being a popular pick, and that's pretty much what they want to do here, although they are starting probably expecting the 2v2.
Yeah, or maybe just taking the little one away yet again, and then they'll be able to get to lane and secure whatever they would like to. They're going to maybe push against them, but generally, Sivir wants to fast push anyway, so not a big deal.
Uzi with the Ricochet level 1. Goodbye, Minion Wave. Oh, not yet. He's waiting.
Yeah, he wants to stack it up. This is generally what you see out of AD carries. They'll take away the front 3, let it stack up for one more wave, then shove it as hard as possible.
I'm going to start taking them out here. Let's see Uzi going to get it going. Endless looking to do the same here. So similar strategies.
Endless actually has a freeze. I'd have to say the wave again didn't catch it completely, but it looked like it was slightly on his side.
Amazing looking for a gank in the jungle. Does not find Dandy, whose Rumble took away the Wolf Camp, I believe. Although I think he's, now juggling with World 6. So both level 2 early on. Going to be just fine here in the early jungle followers. Mata now going to do some roaming on the Alistar. Wards up the Wolf Camp.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure that they had vision of it, and I can nearly guarantee now that Endless has a freeze, because otherwise Mata would not give up experience at this point in the game. Certainly does.
Yep, so that's good stuff there for Endless, looking to hold on to some early farm, but Uzi, he's just pushed the wave into the turret. He is ready to fast push now.
Yeah, he certainly is. And, you know, this is where Vayne needs to make the choice. Do you go with a match fast push, really get in there, and it looks like that's not going to be the call at all.
No, unlock Mata instead for a potential roam. As Uzi and Amazing going to push down to the turret. You can see level 3 now for Uzi. Actually 3 points in 1 point. All his skills is quite nice early on. And now Amazing's going to join in to help him push down the turret.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how it works out. The top lane has started to push quite rapidly in Endless's favor, so they will get a nice big wave with 4 members up there as Dandy heads back into the top. Early Dragon, the potential right now for OMG in response, and you have to say this early game definitely in OMG's favor.
Looks to be so far as Loveling and Xiang take out the Scuttle Crab for that potential opt into Dragon, but Uzi taking out the wave here. Amazing and Xiang going to try and proxy it. No, it's actually a Gromp takeaway instead there from the jungle duo. But you can see Amazing and Uzi will push the creep wave back up, intercept it before it hits the turret. And this bottom lane turret's going to fall quite quickly. Vici are trying to push it down now, but they're not going to win this race just yet.
Yeah, they certainly aren't going to be even close to winning it. And you see that Uzi, he hasn't missed a CS so far, I don't think. 32 would be the max he can have. And there is one following him around, so he's perfect. On the other side of the rift, maybe 5 missed there by Endless, so just a little bit of free gold cut right now in the pocket of Uzi.
The Uzi mechanics looking strong there as he will look to take the turret. I love this though from OMG. 3-man roam, Cool gets the aggression on it. Tom dives in, Cool looks for the knockup, doesn't get it, and that might have tipped too much of the hat.
Yeah, it certainly was Cool overextending right there to see if he could get any of that disruption through with the traveling of the E. Might even have given away the dragon, but no, they will start it up regardless.
That was a really juicy looking bait.
And wow, top lane bounced the wave off the turret. They're not going to take it.
No, Uzi is going to get the turret in the bottom side here as well. Early game going from bad to worse here for Vici.
Yeah, so Vici not going to grab any objectives there. That wave's going to bounce back, so it will guarantee a freeze for Dandy if he wants it. But right now, you have to say they've chosen to deny a little bit of experience through Ji Young to put themselves 2 objectives behind.
And Loveling does get the dragon, didn't have a smite. That's how confident OMG were in that one. Cool, forcing a Tong out who's low on mana. Doesn't cancel the back there. World 6 is here in the mid lane, but can't really fight 1v1. Goes back instead. Home there to pick up not quite his jungle item yet. Going to go for Cinder first. No Ruby Crystal Stalker's Blade. Going to get him towards that Cinderhawk enchantment. But it is going to be Warrior up for Loveling.
Yeah, so Warrior going the aggressive route yet again. I'm curious whether he'll continue into that or just go for something more tanky afterwards. But big winner in this is Dandy. He's been able to get all that experience funneled into him. Hasn't yet been back to drop, so will be able to get a good early game lead. Should be able to once again freeze the lane here. Walks it into his turret, so he's not going to opt for that, but Rumble nice and ahead at this part of the game.
Yep, good CS here as well. Xiang's picked up a decent amount for himself there as well on the Maokai. Usually pretty hard to starve completely a farm, but Uzi, certainly the big winner on the OMG side. 1,000 gold up actually at OMG right now with that turret. And a BF sword for Uzi and 10 plus CS already ahead. He's moving into the top lane to try and pressure that outer turret.
Yeah, and you can see they've gone with a freeze for Endless in the bottom lane, so the response out of OMG is just to send 4 people top and just shove this turret in. This might be the second of the game going down nice and early.
Loveling spots World 6, but does get spotted by the Tremor Sense there. But now OMG collapsing in, Amazing, and a dive in onto Dandy. Damage goes down, Twisted Advance in there as well. And a wonderful dive gives Loveling the kill. Now they're going to chase World 6. Need another stun though, don't have it. He will tunnel to safety. But OMG get what they want. It's damage onto this turret.
Yeah, that's just... Vici normally play the map so well that I'm currently really confused as to what they were thinking, as they're still going aggressive, OMG.
Loveling fighting as well. Xiang now going to find Mata as the next one. Pulverize comes through, the teleport's down. Amazing's looking for the stun, but he can't quite find it. He's getting chased down. Dandy going to come in. World 6 going to get that kill. He'll go down though. We actually do have a kill as well, and now Dandy going to get re-dived after Mata's gone down. Xiang going to dive once more, turns him around with the Arcane Smash. Loveling gets a double kill, and OMG up 4-1 and 2 turrets to 0.
OMG are going to be up 4,000 gold at 7 minutes into the game. They've got everything rolling in their favor. And Uzi, as we mentioned, Sivir just is so good at fast pushing the turrets. If you don't give it the respect, you don't try and match at all with Endless, they had that turret able to take. They chose to bounce it instead, and they just gave up 2 free objectives.
And Endless better have some sort of mid-game here on the Vayne, because he has been gifted pretty much all of the free farm he could ever ask for. But Vici are going to get their blue buff as well. They'll give it over to her Tong. World 6 will donate it, but honestly, he needs it right now. Level 5, he just hits.
He got it.
Oh, that was awkward.
I don't think he wanted it.
I don't think that was intentional. Nobody does get it. And Loveling approaching level 6 now on the Evelyn. Things going well, to say the least, for OMG. 3,000, 3,500 gold ahead or so.
And I didn't catch what Loveling is maxing first right now, but if he's a man after... Oh, he's cute.
He's not.
Dull. I was like, if he's a real hipster, he would also be an E-Max Evelyn.
No, he's a QMax Evelyn. I'm sorry, friend.
He is.
He's a Trailblazer and a Warriors in chat. Now a Sightstone.
Yeah, he's a really good farmer at this point.
He is. Let's get to the level 6 mark here. Is Amazing, and Uzi will square off against Endless. He is level 6. Mata only level 4. Well, 6 popping down here as well, but Loveling's got the exact same idea. Yeah,
so the thing I like about E-Max Evelyn, if you are playing it at home, is that you can go Chilling Smite. You smite the Krugs every time, and she gets that many hits on it that you just repetitively stun creeps. So they don't do any damage to you. You literally can jungle without taking damage because of how often you proc the Crocs.
Loveling level 6 now, has Agony's Embrace ready to go.
That's how it helps out with these pesky
It
guys.
does, the Scuttle Crabs. Pesky crabs. World 6 is like, I know you're there, but I can't see you just yet. Will now get spotted, but Loveling is going to get control of the Scuttle Crab. World 6, afraid of this Evelyn that's now actively invading his jungle.
And they've opened up the map. This is Loveling's dream. He got the double kill. He's 3-0-1 up in farm. And Eve is just able to flank from all kinds of angles. Now you have to deep pink everything. And Uzi's just holding the wave exactly where he wants it.
Uzi's being such a nuisance now as well. It must feel awful to freeze 2 different waves as Endless and now get frozen out of the bottom lane.
Yeah, it is slowly pushing up, so he'll be okay, but definitely agree. Endless has just been forced off every minion wave, and Uzi's gone. The Avarice played that greedy build that we mentioned in Game 1 because he's just that far ahead right now that BF's are probably going to win out regardless.
Looking good so far, that's for sure. OMG across the board, looking strong.
And
4,000 gold ahead.
him.
Yeah, I don't know if World 6 can actually do this red safely. Even Xiang's almost forced him off, and he will get it. They've got a ward though, so they'll know the timer if they want it, and Loveling just pressuring so hard into the bottom side.
Yeah, it certainly is. Wants to make sure that his carries are nice and safe as they shove up this turret. No wave clear still available in the bottom lane means that that turret will even take damage at this stage of the game. And 3 members primed to dive Hatong here.
Oh, Xiang. Trying to line up the dive. Actually, Loveling coming around as well. We're going to have Amazing and Uzi maybe join the party, and Tong's like, I do not want any part of this at all. I'm leaving.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, 5 members strong rotate into the mid lane. They're going to be able to take the last outer turret. 10 minutes on the dot nearly. And OMG break all 3 outers.
This is awesome stuff from OMG. Very vintage play here from this side.
Gold. Wow.
That's a massive gold lead as well. 11 minutes in, not even as OMG pressure a tier 2 turret now.
Yeah, and you know Victor, he has great wave clear, but he's really being put to the test already. That Sun turret there going to make sure that the wave doesn't push back too far, and Dragon number 2 almost guaranteed for OMG.
Yeah, up in 3 seconds, Loveling already in the area. No pink wards in the inventories yet, but they know VG have absolutely no vision of pretty much anywhere.
Here for like 3 minutes. There's no way they have a ward down, and they're just going to be able to take this one away.
Yep, Dragon number 2 will go to OMG as well. They're controlling everything absolutely perfectly right now. And again, it's just a joy to watch. They were known for fast push strategies back in the day. Still got it seems like, to OMG, as Danny's supposed to ult a creep wave.
Yeah, so he ults that out, tries to push them to the turret. He just wants to get back and shop. The early game of Grumble that we normally compliment so much, not going to be available. As Cool also sweeps out another pink ward. These are becoming expensive to try and keep the Eve out of the other side of the map, but just time and time again, OMG seem to have the upper hand.
And we talked about Vici being that squad that when they get ahead, you know, they certainly almost never look like they let go of a lead. It was a rare misstep from them to barely lose in game number 1. I think the same can be said when the reverse is true. When they don't have a lead, they struggle to get back.
Yeah, they certainly have, because they don't like to pull the trigger on the big plays. They play calculated League of Legends, so it's very hard. They're not going to do what Uzi did and just start jumping around team fights. They like to play it slow and Endless. As you said, he has a lot of pressure to scale up in this game. So does Hatong, honestly, and get themselves back in it, because it wasn't any mechanical misplay early in the game, although you could say the repeat visit to the top lane after they'd already given up that turret to teleport in from Dandy was a bad call. It was just a series of judgment errors that came through from Vici that put them in this hole.
And like you said already, Spawn, how rare is it that Vici are the team to misplay the map?
Yeah, that's just... Honestly, it's crazy. I wasn't expecting that coming into this series. I was expecting OMG to try and brawl this one out, but the fast push strategy has been around for a very long time, and it just wasn't answered aptly.
Not yet, at least, as Vici backs firmly against the wall here in game number 2. OMG can already taste the 3 points they'll get, but they do need to close it out. 13 minutes in. Far too early to call this one just now, but OMG have carved out a monumental lead. 5k up, gonna seal the blue buff. Vici literally don't own anything anymore.
Yeah, one thing you can say is they're getting some farm funnels into them right now. Young, the one with the big CS advantage. Everyone else only has little advantages across the map. And it's hard to push into a Victor, so they should be able to stall out for quite some time, Vici Gaming, but The scaling, apart from maybe AD carry, is fairly neutral across the map. You can say maybe Rek'Sai also outscales Eve because of the Cinderhulk build coming through there. But OMG have a window around the 5th dragon that they're going to get so early to just continue to win team fights.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon 3 at this point is coming up in a couple minutes here as World 6. Trying to counter jungle Loveling. I don't think so. Finds World 6, forcing the tunnel out.
Young author there.
Yeah, correct, and Cool also roaming in, but instead will just make sure his mid laner gets the blue buff.
Yeah, exactly right. They're able to secure that one across. Might even pick it up himself.
Yep, gonna take it. Cool says, you know what? I don't need it. Amazing's like, can I have it? It's like, no.
Yeah, Cool grabbed the other blue buff on the other side of the rift, so he's nice and safe there. You see the trio of, 2 pink wards on that side of the map. Mata hasn't been that far into his jungle to be able to see them yet, but they're at the choke points that are very important. So OMG really playing to their win conditions right now, looking for the skirmishes in the jungle and controlling everything VG want.
And again, put down deep vision, look for a pick. If you don't find it, keep pushing down. OMG now playing to the top side of the map. Dragon not back just yet. So making sure they play to the side that gives them the most benefit, given that that objective's off the map, and they're looking to maybe take a tier 2. Dandy not here just yet, and Loveling has had free reign of this jungle.
Yeah, he certainly has, and we mentioned the fact that jungle #1 was 70-30 split with Vici definitely winning out of that one. This time, Loveling gets his foot in the door in the matchup and able to really kick it open. The triple kill helped, I'm not going to lie, but right now looking very strong, and Dandy in a very dangerous position of being dove.
Keeping pressure back here, even Uzi. Nice little item lead here, although it's close. Infinity to Avarice Blade with a Brawler's Glove in there as well. Because why not there for Uzi, working on the Zeal. With a Blade of the Ruin King done for Endless. He has reached that first core item, but Loveling just taking the red. VG aren't even in time to kind of see it die.
Yeah, and I like the skin choice because he really is being sneaky and stealing the maximum away right now. Loveling, great thief coming through there.
And it's just... Again, it's classic OMG play. Loveling feels like he's playing a lot more like he used to in the jungler's face, aggressively towards the lanes, but he's not overdoing it. He's not over-diving or going too crazy, although this might be problems for Endless.
Yeah, Endless looking like he's about to be dove there.
Oh, Scrying Orb down. Timber's in as well. Sivir Ultimate will come through. Mata just the pulverize. I think he wanted a headbutt, but didn't quite go in there. They'll burn a couple of ultis. They won't get the kill, but a good attempt there from OMG.
Big one was a teleport coming out of Dandy there, so they get some topside pressure as well. Cool still hanging out in the mid lane as that pest. Mata's gone in, however.
Yeah, Loveling has been spotted out. Exhausted down as well. Good equalizer there from Dandy. Loveling will get caught there. Flame Spitter's out. Harpoon one lands. The next one goes through. And Hatong's going to get himself a kill.
Yeah, so Hatong able to pick that one up. Good engage coming through from Mata, understanding that Tivers as well as Agony's Embrace was down, so able to get one back against the Tide. Jiyoung trying to beat up this top lane turret, but it's still very early in the game, and Vici doing their best to try and eke out some form of a mid-game comeback.
Yeah, they're still playing in. Trying to get, again, picks where they can as World 6. Going to get himself the big raptor, smites it away from Cool. Level 11 though, Morelli Nomicon Sort Shoes here for the Azir. And Cool just sitting in the mid lane farming and pressuring the tier 2 in mid.
Yeah, so just continuing to work on it. You can see that the drops come through from Hatong though. Cool might need to get back quite soon because Dragon's up in 22 seconds. And that's a very clear win condition for OMG right now. It's only 17 minutes in. If they can get anywhere near Dragon #5 by the 30-minute mark, it's going to be difficult for Vici to contest in that time period. Vici sneak one back, they might have a chance of Vayne getting into relevance.
Vici do need time here, that's correct. So we'll see if they can buy some with a potential Dragon Seal. OMG though, already lined up for it here. Got good wards down. Vici has like a couple into the area. We'll see Loveling, they get the Scuttle Crab. They'll know likely that the Dragon is the one going down, but Vici just can't be there on time. Cool also got the tier 2 in mid, by the way, so OG have even further bid. And that's 3 Dragons, easy as you like for Oh My God.
Yeah, 3 Dragons picked up. They've got a 6,000 gold lead. They just know no one's here because of the advanced warding they have. Might be able to pressure top lane turret, which was already low. So they are looking to grab an objective, but Uzi pushes ridiculously fast.
Yeah, Amazing's going to join in there as well to try and get some of that down. The movement speed going to help OMG, and they've been playing very map-oriented here in this particular game. Again, didn't think I'd say OMG would outplay Vici on a map today, but this is where we are, 18 minutes in.
Yeah, so they're able to pick up another tier 2 for themselves if they hurry this one through. Orion just such a strong turret pushing ability. They do get it, and you know, it's more that Vici just refuses to fight OMG at this point, so they're forced to play the map, but credit to them for playing it in such a controlled fashion.
Looking good, to say the least, here for OMG.
Oh, not again, World 6 says. Lovely misses him this time.
Wolf Spirit actually helps out there. Loveling instead going to creep his way through, getting tracked by the Tremor Sense right now. Loveling doesn't see anything he really likes, except maybe the Scuttle Crab. Probably just take that as a consolation.
Yeah, so in the end, not really much happening on this map still. 5 turrets to 1. OMG definitely in the driver's seat. A minute until Baron. Wonder if they'll pull the trigger early on that one coming through. As Loveling's fought well.
Yeah, he's just going in now to World 6, although found Hatong with a death cap. Agony's Embrace goes down to save him from some of the Chaos Storm. And good ulti trade there from OMG. Loveling still in the enemy's faces.
Yeah, and you know, that's definitely in the advantage of OMG yet again, because a mid lane ultimate for the jungle, especially when your mid laner has so much anti-dive potential, means that top lane turret will fall.
Yeah, Cool needs a couple more hits onto it. Arise not going to be enough to finish it off from there. They don't get it just yet, but they've caught Martha out. He's forced to ultimate. Xiang, though, make sure he tanks the damage, although Endless coming in. He'll now be attacked by Uzi, but Dandy has killed Amazing. Uzi going to get chunked out by the Death Ray as Cool is trying to keep them away. Vici doing a good job kicking OMG out of their jungle.
Yeah, so once again, the 1-for-0 trade goes over to Vici. OMG, even with this huge lead, not able to get the team fights they're looking for. And credit to Vici. Good equalizer came through there. Fighting in chokes against Victor Laser is very dangerous. And now they're looking to maybe camp a brush and blow Cool up.
Oh, Hatong's been spotted. Cool. Only has a need to see a drop up, but he still feels so much strength here in this game. Won't quite get the turret, though. Hatong's doing a good job with that wave clear, getting him off it. But Cool actually just wants to kill by the looks of things.
Yeah, he's staying aggressive. There needs to be careful because there is a Rumble also in the area. So as this game progresses, OMG, they're looking for a way to get in there and close it out nice and quickly. It's 20 minutes in right now, but they just not got enough items to dive. And as you can see, they're being repetitively pushed out.
To be fair, they do already have 5 turrets, so just working on the 6 without a Baron buff is in and of itself quite impressive. But I agree, Vici are holding on nicely. They know they just have to grit and Baron and try and scale, and Vayne Victor is not a joke in the late game.
Yeah, 100%, you know, and at this point, 6,000 gold, the advantage for OMG. That's close to insurmountable. You know, nothing is impossible in the game of League of Legends, but as far as leads go, that's quite pretty right now for the team that's holding it at 20 minutes in. So they just need to continue to be patient. Soon enough, they're going to get to an item threshold where diving isn't an issue, and they just, even on equal farm, trading farm right now isn't necessarily a bad thing for OMG, because at about the 26-minute mark, Vici have to fight them for the next dragon.
Yeah, they're expecting to, again, snowball that as well. OMG have everything working for them right now here. In fact, barely a blemish on this game. Apart from that turret and a couple of kills. Xiang, not that tanky, does have a good mix of items, but none completed. It means he's not, you know, a super tank like we saw from the Dandy Maokai in game number 1. OMG are, again, playing this patiently, but it's nice to see them not rushing things, but still being decisive. It's nice to, you know, they're aggressive, but only when they need to be.
Yeah, exactly right. They're once again trying to trade objectives here. Top lane will go down for bottom lane. So Cool able to pick out the last outer turret. Everything now cleaned up for what should be the pushes into the base coming fairly soon. But Endless will get one back for his team. Yeah,
Xiang actually not even trying something in the bottom side as OMG actually going to teleport down. They're going to try and get the inhibitor turret in the top lane. If they can get this, it'll be a stroke of genius as far as movement goes. But Dandy puts down his ulti, will deny the first wave.
Yeah, important teamfight ultimate gone with only a minute 30 left on Dragon. So you have to say probably once again OMG's favor, but Vici stalling out nicely still. They've consolidated at about 6,000 gold being the lead, and they're still farming quite nicely on all their carries.
Sun turret up for Cool's another nice bit of vision there as they're looking for that dragon. And OMG again moving forward, setting up advanced vision, clearing out those wards that Vici have placed. You can see that one little ward that snuck in near the Dragon River, and that's it as far as Vici's vision there goes.
Yeah, it certainly is. Wow, Hatong still does damage though.
Victor, yeah. Victor's just sort of like that.
Yeah, Victor's a really good champion at the moment.
He's a good champion, he's Loveling. Looking for more wards, you can see, I think that might be... Yeah, I think that's just the Raptor Sense hanging out forever. So, a visual bug there, I think. Showing they're going to back his way home. Got enough time to get in the shop before he makes good.
Gets his back stopped, actually, and might have been caught out.
Marta diving in, but there's another Talisman to try and press. See if he can really get aggressive. Cool goes back though. He's got his death cap and Alacrity enchantment on his boots. He is ready to go in this team fight.
Yeah, he runs really quickly coming through there. As you see the gold popping up over his head from his sun turret. He might have been caught.
I like this a lot from Marta. Oh, gets pulverized the headbutt down as well. Cool Cool gonna have to pop the ulti, but he gets locked down, manages to flash out of it, might just live. The ulti there from Uzi gonna keep him out. The equalizer is enough though. Dandy snipes him with the ulti.
And that's gonna be a dragon going across to Vici. We said if they can contest one, peg it back in their favor, it's only gonna mean good thing. They get control over the area because there's some misplayed back timings. And Vici look to still be holding on.
Great play set up there from Mata. The dragon does go over to Vici. Cool, 20 seconds left as OMG trying to barrel down the mid lane to get some damage done, but they're a bit out of position now, and Cool looking a little silly after that play.
Yeah, it certainly is, but now OMG think they've caught them out of blue.
Loveland gets an ulti down to World 6. Gravity Field keeps them away. Teleport down for Danny means he's going to join back in. Boomerang Blade, not quite enough. Xiang though dives in. Loveland does get World 6. They've got its own next. The Chaos Storm though explodes for the damage, but it's not enough to kill. Amazing. Endless kiting back. Loveland chasing him relentlessly. And OMG answer back with 2 kills.
Yeah, so they're able to pick it up. Dandy still hasn't got the equalizer. They're going to push into the base, see if they can pressure the turret.
Looking to break it now. Xiang taking a little too much damage from the Vayne. Mata stuns him up there with a pulverized combo. Uzi now going to get aggressed on by Dandy, who's overheated. But OMG will get out of the area just in time. And Cool's now pushing mid.
Yeah, so in the end, they win the 4v5 team fight. You wonder why they didn't pull the trigger around Dragon, especially with the equalizer down, but able to catch them out, so that's a good thing right now for OMG. They also push in, do a lot of damage to the bottom turret. But Vici, we said they needed to get one Dragon back, push this game out to around about the 40-minute mark. They've been able to do that. Will it be enough time? We still don't know, but at least it keeps their foot in the game.
It doesn't. OMG, after those kills especially, are only getting stronger. 7,000 gold up now for the Oh My God squad. And Righteous Grow's finished for Xiang, working on a major tank item now, but does have that team fight go button completed. Aranduin's done for Loveling to go along with the Warrior and the Merc Turret, so is going tanky. We touched on Cool's lid earlier. We've got a Talisman for Amazing, and Uzi's gone Blade of the Ruin King third.
Yeah, so he's got so much damage. Really is a good pickup right now because there's no danger of armor stacking coming through from the other team. Also good objective control around the Baron area, and that's looked like what OMG wants to do. Force Vici out of the base, make them come fight.
Well, they've got a pink ward in the Baron pit. Vici now going to have to constantly check it, but Amazing and Uzi will just clear them away. Ultimate was used by World 6. Mata's eventually going to run out of Sidestone wards. They pull the trigger, they pop the Talisman, but they've got a Talisman of their own and the Speed Triumph from the Scuttle Crab. Pretty tricky for Vici to get in here.
Yeah, it certainly is. Xiang gets a nice ward over that wall, and now the flank is a very real potential. Xiang going in.
Actually going to get caught out of position here, though. Pops his ulti, but Vayne doing too much damage. Goes down already. Mata, though, going to mount also Amazing, taking a lot, but Loveling's just gone straight in. Endless gets himself a double. Going to find himself with not quite the triple. And a bit of a misstep there for OMG. Vici team fighting nicely.
Yeah, so in the end, able to kite back. Atong is still ridiculously strong at this point in the game. And running head first into a team as the only real tanky member there. Xiang was not such a great move.
No, I mean, just not tanky enough for that sort of 1v5 flank, to be honest. He's got, again, the makings of those big items, but just none of them finished yet.
Yeah, not even Boots 2 coming through there to help with some auto attack. So a lot of the pressure around Baron now dissipates. Vici, once again, back to the 6,000 mark. We said it was growing to 7. They get their small advantage.
And it's crazy to think that we're almost having a repeat game just from a different side here. OMG got played around the map by Vici and had to claw their way back in with some team fights. Feels like Vici doing exactly the same thing here.
Yeah, they needed to wait for Loveling to set up the flank there. You had a really good position on the top of the team fight. Mata was caught out. In the end, it was a really good equalizer from Dandy that zoned the rest of the team away. He doesn't do great damage, but the slow is fantastic with the Rylai's Crystal Scepter at this part of the game. And Atong just blows people up. He's got a Void Staff now. He's legitimately 3.5 items because I count that starting item as so strong at this point in the game with levels. Just able to continue to put out this huge Victor damage.
You can tell OMG are looking for some sort of pick here, but a couple of sneaky wards from Vici's giving them enough vision to know Baron hasn't been started, and they're just going to take whatever they can. Again, we said Vici have to be patient. Still behind 6,000 gold, but their patience is starting to pay off.
Yeah, it certainly is, you know, and 1 minute 40 until Dragon. To think this would have been number 5 if OMG had played it right, I'm sure they would have preferred that to be the scenario. Now only number 4. Vici once again. No one's been on that side of the map for such a long time because Baron was the focus. Need to get in and set up their ward line to make sure they can catch someone out. Still 5v5. It's going to be a rough fight. But if they can get the pick once again onto Xiang or onto Loveling, one tank down, you think they can actually nearly take it.
And on the other side, OMG just need to position themselves properly. You mentioned that last setup for the fight. Xiang a little too eager. Loveling not quite there for the flank just yet. OMG don't need to do much to make sure they take the next fight, but they do need to make sure they take the next fight.
Yeah, they just need to make sure that they play the game smart. You know, a lot of the gold right now is actually on their jungler. Loveling is so much bigger than what World 6 is. And they've actually given up control over the Baron area.
That's weird.
Bane does a lot of Baron damage.
Bane does do a lot of Baron damage. Endless is actually not massive, but relevant right now with Blade of the Ruined King PD and the QSS. OMG, for how well they played the early game, it feels like their mid-game's been a little wanting.
Yeah, it's one of those weird positions where you have to continually overextend. It's so hard, easy to be caught out of position here. So OMG, they definitely have made those slip-ups. Don't look as crisp as you would have liked them to be at this part of the game, but still 6,500 gold, dragging up in 20 seconds. They have all the approach vision. This is a time to catch someone out.
This is a good setup here. Xiang did get spotted by World 6's Tremor Sense, I believe, but OMG gonna start the Dragon. No, not up yet, can't start it. Never mind, just take the Scuttle Crab instead. But they are getting ready for it, but Vici want Baron.
Yeah, Vici are definitely threatening it. You know, they're sending Hetong and Endless into the fog of war, making sure that at all points of the game you have to look at it. Teleport is available for Xiang, no home guard boots yet finished up, but is able to fly into the back of the team, and Loveling pulls the trigger. No, just
a bit of love tap there onto Dandy with a hate spike. Hetong, though, looking to move in. The Chaos Storm's already been used. Xiang trying to get back into the front line to tank up what he can. Cool as well. He does go down to Dandy. Xiang trying to tank up what he can. They're chasing Dandy, but Uzi needs to get back in. Hetong doing absolutely ridiculous damage here at this stage. Now Xiang going to dive in onto Endless, but Hetong's the target Uzi wants. Endless takes out the Maokai, though, as Xiang falls. And OMG are all over the place. They've just lost a 3-0 team fight.
Yeah, and they use their teleport for it as well. Uzi trying to get some
gets
clean
the kill
up.
onto Mata. That's 1 for 3 now. Uzi needs a lot more than that, though.
Yeah, he certainly does. Can he get World 6?
Going in, Endless is the next target. Loveling, little too much damage, and Hetong just doing work. He's out of mana. This might be what OMG need, but instead they'll reconsolidate and push down some waves.
Yeah, it looks like they want to take away the Dragon. Teleport is available for Dandy. We'll see whether he has anything to say for it, but Uzi coming up the savior this time around. You can see OMG not really happy with himself from the player cams. It's down to a 5,000 gold lead.
Yeah, OMG have sort of let this lead kind of get closer and closer here. They've sort of whittled it down. It's like they've got a massive lead. They made a good investment, but they're sort of skimming savings off the top now to buy a couple things here and there. And all of a sudden, we're going to look down in their bank account and realize all our money's gone.
Yeah, exactly right. And we mentioned the fact that Vayne is not going anywhere in this game. We already saw once tonight what a late game Vayne can do. That was Mystic bringing us the Infinity Edge build. And it looks like right now, Endless is on a similar path. And Eve isn't really a true tank. She gets tanky through the items. Really only Maokai going to be relied on here. Amazing. He's incredibly squishy as this game goes on. And it's just a difficult situation.
Saw the goal there just briefly. Pretty much just Uzi that has that big lead here. And Endless is not too far behind. Uzi does need to make it work now while he has the power. And he has been really pulling up in these team fights. Pretty much single-handedly made sure that Vici didn't get that last Baron. Dragonfall did get an OMG there as well. We're able to take it away. But cool. He's going to go back, get most of his on, as you have to think. Might have enough. Does, in fact, have enough. So that's a good spike for him. And OMG, they know they have to fight soon. They've got all the power. I don't know what else they're looking for, but they need to do something quick.
Yeah, they're just not finding the engage that they're looking for. You know, fantastic play out of Hetong. He's just able to blow anyone that runs at him up. He's got another big stick in his inventory as well. So he's doing a heck of a lot of damage. And you're right. It looks like OMG right now, they think the game's a little bit closer than what it is. 5,000 gold at 32 minutes. It's shrinking because as time goes on, gold becomes less relevant and levels are still there for VG Gaming because of all the waves that have shoved in. Actually, in some cases, they're higher level than their counterpart. You look over at the top laners in particular, and that's just going to get worse as the game goes on for OMG.
You can see OMG as well. Trying to set up this Baron now. Shang will spot a pink web there with a sapling. And Uzi did go back and get himself a last whisper. That's not bad, but he does have his teleport. OMG, though, can at least force an issue here. They'll probably get a cooldown.
Yeah, so we'll see whether they're happy to start it up and make them come to them. They've caught out Loveling.
Oh, Mata actually might be the one caught out here. Loveling cutting back for a bit of damage, but it is Loveling that
and it's 3 members starting up Baron right now without the jungler.
Really smart from OMG. They know they've got the damage. A ward will spot them. Dandy's coming in around the side. OMG probably have to disengage here. Dandy, can he line up the ulti? World 6 is looking for a steal. This is going to be close. World 6 dives into it. Dandy going to get chased out by Uzi. He flashes in. He gets the kill. Who's going to get the Baron though? Smite for Loveling does secure it. Cool. Pops his on as they dive onto her tongue. They must kill the Victor. Uzi going to dive back in. He's got just enough to kill him. And that was so close for OMG. They've got 4 kills for nothing.
Yeah, they're able to win with Uzi and Cool on very little health. It was a dangerous gambit for Dandy to go to that side of the pit. Got an okay equalizer, what was blown up by Uzi. And you feel that this might be what they were waiting for.
Yeah, they finally break the base. They've got Baron. They would by now have the Dragon 5, but they might not need it. Base is broken, but the time is not quite long enough for them to finish the game.
Yeah, still only 35 minutes in, but now with a 10,000 gold advantage, or nearly, as well as a Baron buff, 2 huge waves pushing into them. Uzi's 6 items, by the way. Absolutely massive. Let's take another look. So Dandy, he goes for the hero play, gets around the side, gets a decent equalizer, but really the rest of the team just can't get on the back end. They try their best. Sitong nearly blows up Cool, but the Zonya's just too much. Endless really prioritizing Uzi there at the end. And it was honestly like half an item each, and that team fight goes over to Vici Gaming still, but OMG, just because of their lead, able to scrape through.
Yeah, and Uzi, fantastic play there in that team fight. Pretty much did everything he could to eke out maximum damage on priority targets and made sure they won through there. Loveling as well, a nice clutch smite. World 6, you saw what he did smite, but he was a little short on the damage calculation. It's amazing. He's been caught up by World 6. Endless here as well with the condemn. OMG just keep losing people for free.
Yeah, and they might be able to get Xiang.
Oh, equalizer's good. Endless going to chase him down. Xiang forced to pop that ulti. OMG, do not face check that brush.
Yeah, will they re-engage?
Oh, Loveling a little too close to Mata. Going to poke out though. Loveling confident. Really laying in damage with the hate spikes.
I don't know whether they know if Petong's still got ulti. This is dangerous.
They're doing something here. Jiang actually going to dive in onto Mata, but he's going to get blown up here by Endless. They're trying to cut away. Loveling almost low, and now Uzi's popped his ulti and has to run away. Massive crit onto the Victor. And the ulti's down, they might be able to re-engage.
Yeah, we'll see whether they can get it, but they lose 2 members in the end for nothing. They're trying to stop the recalls right now because super creeps are on the base. See whether they get a turret for it. No, Victor already back, so OMG, once again, a hiccup. They waste half their Baron buff.
They're dragging up in a minute now as they lose a couple of people. Have to regroup to try and go for that Dragon 5. Uzi will shove down the top side. World 6 coming back in. Go to his Raptors as the first thing. Both teams know Dragon is up soon. It's a very key objective with Baron being down especially. And OMG just have to stop making these small mistakes. They look good overall, but it's the little things that in execution that's really let them down so far.
They just need to stop fighting 4v5. Group up. You've got a 10,000 gold lead, which is still a 9,000 gold lead at this point in the game. You should just be able to close this one out fairly textbook, especially with the base broken, but not able to get it done.
I think that's a key difference between these two teams is OMG can play the teamfight style, can really play into a team that are known for mounting strong comebacks. Vici have done a good job this game, keeping it and possibly still poised to take this one out, but it's still a big deficit to try and climb back from. It's shortening slowly as the time ticks on and on, but OMG looking for that Dragon. It's up in 10 seconds. They're basically at full strength. If not now, then when, OMG?
Yeah, so we'll have to see whether they're able to pull the trigger. It looked like Cool was going to go back there. That's not where you want to be because it's 5 Dragons right now has spawned and Vici are poised around it. They know they have to fight.
Yeah, they're the first to the area. Loveling looking for a flank. They pop the Sivrot. Loveling, 3-man Agony's embraces. Mata gonna get the bear. Jumped onto him there. Will go down though to Uzi and they'll keep chasing in. Dandy gonna get eliminated there. Xiang isolates him and Cool just gonna dive in. Uzi running in there as well. Kanatong and Endless turn around. No, they can't. They will go down. World 6 the only one left. Uzi did die in the exchange, but OMG get what they want.
Yeah, so in the end, it will be OMG closing out at 37 minutes into this game. They will grab their 2-0 and start off their gauntlet weekend with a 3-point victory.
And that's what they need here. Vici really made some work for it in both games, but OMG Currently, they're still one of the top teams in China with a very strong 2-0 victory.
Yeah, so able to close this one out. Maybe not in the fashion they would have liked, but it's the results that matter at the end of the day, Pastry. And you got to say that they played the early game incredibly well.
Crazy to think that they won game one barely by the skin of their teeth and looked maybe better in the execution of that end game than here in game two. A bit sloppy towards the end, but an excellent early game and a nice closeout means that OMG able to strong arm Vici in a tongue. Just looks flat. He played so well this series.
Yeah, he did. Both games he was able to step up for his team and be that primary carry, unable to get them across the line twice. But as you said, OMG, they looked happier after game one, which was arguably a closer game. This game, even though they always had the lead, just weren't able to execute in those critical moments.
But OMG do get the points. Uzi, you can see, I feel like he always smiles when he sees the enemy AD carry. It's like, we had fun, right? Enemy AD carry's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Why are you so good?
Why?
Uzi had a really good game then as well. I think it's nice to see both of the OMG carries and Lovelink sort of starring in there as well. As OMG, take him out. You deserve it after the 2-0. You know, I think Cool definitely was the man of game number one, but I think Uzi might have been the man of game number two.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. He played much more within himself. Knows the bounds of Sivir really well, you have to say. Uzi, he was the one that started off that fast push, got the turret down nice and early, and, you know, the team fights also he excelled in. Recognized smart item build came through. So, yeah, definitely my MVP of game two.
Yeah, and Uzi is the kind of player that when he knows the limits of a champion, when he can push them and eke out maximum damage in every situation, that's when he looks most comfortable. That's when he looks his best.
Yeah, definitely agree with it. And it's so weird that it's a mid-game carry now like the Sivir. You know, he had his Lucian that he used to do similar things on when Lucian was incredibly strong, and that just means that OMG able to get the first 2-0 of the weekend.
Yeah, nice stuff there. Nice to start a long weekend. We're actually going to have a look at the standings now after all that's said and done. EDG still atop there at 21 points. QG going to be chasing them as well this weekend here at 20. But OMG rocket up to third place now at 19 points.
Yeah, I guess Masters 3 and Snake still very much in that chase, and Invictus Gaming, who we'll take a look at later on in the weekend, also in there. LGD finally getting some games together. They move into equal 6, and Vici round us out.
Yeah, Vici, they're sitting at 16 points there to make up your current playoff look. And unfortunately, the 4-poor team still sitting down towards the bottom. RNG, they're 12 points. They're sitting in 9th. And a 3-way tie for last at 10 points between UP, King, and World Elite. Teams that all really need points this weekend.
Yeah, they certainly have. King and WE, they both grabbed a point each today to move up equal with UP. So that's a 3-way tie now. And, you know, that last spot, all important to get out of it, because auto-relegation is definitely something that a team doesn't want to have to deal with.
No, nobody wants that at all. So we are done for the evening with that. A nice last series there for OMG to close out the night. But for myself, Spawn, Atlas, Frostgurn, and our entire live production crew, we'll see you tomorrow for more LPL action.